that year, that season, they can play. Because Downman, I think his birthday is the 31st of December. So that's what he literally missed by like a day last year. He could have played. I think it was a day's difference. But yeah, he can play. There is a minimum age. There is a minimum age that they can't play at.
Yeah, I think the restrictions are on two things. Obviously, the contracts, and obviously it's safeguarding as well. Like he'll have to change a separate dressing room from the other players because of safeguarding. So, because just like Ranieri, until Ranieri was 18, he wasn't allowed to. He had to change and get ready in a different dressing room from the players.
Right,
so Max Dowman, will not be getting changed in the same sort of room as his teammates. You know what I mean? But as soon as he finishes getting changed, he'll go in dressing rooms and he'll go and get his team talk and be part of the team building. But yeah, in essence, he's not allowed. But that's something that football's being at the coming of terms with. Obviously, it's because of what football didn't do, which has affected his coaches. Back in the 80s and 70s, the amount of coaches who got away with murder. Crewe, Southampton, Man City. And thankfully, some of these bastards are doing jail time.
Ricks was another one, wasn't he? Chelsea. But anyway, let's move on from that. Kenny, I'd like to see a lot more game time out of Nwaneri. He's earned his time. He did well last season. But for some reason, we know what this manager likes to do. He'll big a player up and then cut them down. We all know that who the guy will start. We know that's given. God knows why, in my reports have told me he had a shit game for Norway the other day. But would you start him where I would? I'd give him a go.
One thing is a fact. One thing is factual. Nwaneri, Marzu Skelly, and Max Dowman, because of the injuries, would not have to wait for the games in the FA Cup and games in the Carling Cup, as they probably would have done in previous years, because the injuries that we so want to avoid from last season have happened. Saliba's is injured for a long time, for a while now. Saka's injured. There's going to be injuries for other players because there's going to be intense games. Remember, we've got the World Cup next summer. So a lot of these players are playing qualifiers, high intensity games where there's going to be no give me's, no friendlies. It's going to be high intensity. And then as soon as we get back, we've got the league games, and 3 days later, we've got Champions League games, where you've got to basically win every game in order to avoid going to playoffs. There's no arse protection as well. So basically, injuries are going to occur. Be very surprised and shocked if we do not get any more injuries up until the 1st of January, because they're going to happen. Ranieri will play games. He will play games. He may even start matches, but he'll definitely get minutes. And that's where he's got to grab the baton from what his mate did last season. I still think make Arteta make a decision. Arteta definitely 100% he thinks that Calafiori's better than Marzu Skelly, but he didn't need to play Calafiori in those games last season because Marzu Skelly was playing well enough to stay in the team. That's got to be the situation when Nwaneri has to do it. He has to say, you know what? If he can, I can. I know Odegaard's the captain. I know he's bought Eze. I know Madueke's there as well. But there's proof there is a pathway into this team if you maintain your standards, because possession is 9/10 of the law. If you play well in one game and then you make yourself undroppable like Miles Skelly does. Obviously, Miles is now droppable now because obviously kids do run into a wall and then get injured, or they just lose form, or players work him out, and then the guy that you replaced is now back. He's fit and ready to go, and he'll keep his shirt. So it's not all doom and gloom. One thing about Miles Skelly needs to do, he'd Brentford. He'd what happened at Brentford. If you don't learn anything from the Brentford game, then yeah, I agree with all of you. He's on a hiding to nothing teams in terms of the team. Even if he's fit and everyone's injured, he won't get games.
Yeah, true. Cancel account. No, I haven't done the quiz yet, mate. I'm just trying to get people organised that can challenge Kenny. You know what I mean? It's a tricky one. Then we've got to find an evening where everybody's available. But it will be happening. I was hoping to do it this week, but it may now be next week. But no, you haven't missed it. If you want to join in, you're more than welcome. That is for sure. I always like to get people involved in it. I always like to have at least 4. Got to be 4 people doing the quizzes on that one. But big up Andy G, man. Thank you for watching. Always here. Joseph Connor Golden, Binks Oregon Goon will say Elliot Anderson and Gibbs White are decent players, better than Odegaard. Yeah. I've got to agree with you on that one. But anyway, DJB. Would you start Nwaneri?
He's muted. You're muted.
You're muted.
I've done a Kenny there. Sorry, guys. I said I'd start Nwaneri. Yeah, I mean, it's all whether he'd start him. Why not start him against Nottingham Forest? Why not? You know, obviously the Man City game might be a bit tricky to start him, but why not start him? I'd start him. I'd put him in the 10. I'd play Eze on the left, and the only reason why I would play Eze on the left is because he's about the best we've got, because he's better than Martinelli and he's better than Trossard. It's not his best position. He's more effective from the 10 or the centre. But that's what I would go with. That to me excites me. Nwaneri in the 10, Madueke on the right, Eze on the left, Gyökeres, that really excites me. Or be even braver. Play Odegaard in the 8, play Nwaneri in the 10 and play him with Eze. Why not? Try something different. This is what I've been saying for the last 2-3 seasons. Try something different. It's predictable. It's been predictable now for too long. And other managers know. Ange Postecoglou has had a break from Spurs. He's going to rock up with Forest, and he knows exactly how Arteta's going to play.
Exactly.
And he's been away in Australia, visiting family, holiday. He ain't even had to watch Arsenal play. He already knows how he's setting up. He already knows. So try something different. Why not get Odegaard and Eze on the same pitch? Give Odegaard a free run. Go on, Odegaard. Do Vitinha. Do what Vitinha does for PSG. Go run around. Eze, you can play on the left. You cut inside. You play inverted. Come in from the left-hand side. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine if he had the balls to drop one of these defensive midfield players? Either, all right, not so much Rice, but can you imagine if he dropped Zubamendi and played Odegaard, Eze?
I'd be DJ.
Do you know what I mean?
Mendy.
You imagine that. You imagine if we rocked up on Saturday and you had an attacking formation like that. Why do you need the likes of Gabriel, Timber, Calafiori, Declan Rice, who's more than capable of playing just in front of the back four as a defensive holding midfield player? He's more than capable of doing that. If you've got Declan Rice just in front of the back four, and you've got a back four as solid as that, which we are quite solid in defence, then you can play Odegaard and Eze in the same team. See, we're saying about would you play Nwaneri? Do you know? I'd have them absolute, because if you rocked up like that, you imagine then the other opposition managers or Ange, he's thinking, hang on a minute, this weren't in the fault. I weren't expecting Eze and Odegaard and Nwaneri playing all in the same team. I weren't expecting that. Do you know what I mean? So for me, this is what the manager's got to do. If he's going to be serious of winning a major trophy this season, he's got to be more adventurous. He's got to be more braver. And I keep saying it. He's too predictable, and this is the problem. He's got the squad now. He's got the players. Go and try and bamboozle the opposition. Otherwise, what's going to happen? We're just going to be set up the same. We all can predict how he's going to set up. All we're thinking of is, does he play Eze or don't he play Eze? The rest of it just picks itself. And this is fans predicting it. Other coaches are sitting back. They don't even have to watch Arsenal. They know how he's going to play. They know how he's going to play. And this is what he's got to try and overcome. This is why I want another manager, because he ain't going to overcome that. True. Another manager would go, hang on a minute. Why are you all telling me about whether I should play Eze? Of course I'm going to play Eze. I'm also going to play Odegaard in the 8. I'm going to play with one defensive midfield player. We're at the Emirates, for Christ's sake. We're not playing away at Man City's ground. We're at the Emirates. We're the home team. Go and express yourself. But he won't. You'll know exactly how it'll go. Kenny will tell you how it'll go. We'll kick off. Either Declan Rice will slam it out for a throw-in without passing to anyone, or it's just going to go backwards, sideways, back, and we'll spend 6-7 minutes with about 70% possession without getting anywhere. You have a look at the stats in the first 10 minutes of that game on Saturday, and it shows 70% possession Arsenal, and we would have had no shots. You know exactly how we're going to play.
And if you know that, DJ, if you know that, Ange Postecoglou will know that.
Yeah, of course he will.
And he will set the team up to accommodate.
Yeah. What he'll say, right, let them have the ball. And don't worry about them having the ball in their own half. But when they come into our half, make sure that we've got bodies behind, make sure that you're defending, and make sure that you're pushing them out wide, because they're not dangerous on any crosses, because there's only Gyökeres in the box. And that's it. Send Madueke down the channel. If Martinelli's playing, well, don't worry about him. Just he runs it off for a goal kick. Just force him out wide. He ain't gonna do much. And keep Declan Rice and Zubimendi in front of you. That's it. And all you got to do then is, when we do get possession, break very quickly. And that's how they'll play. That's exactly how they'll play. No, it's frustrating, Jez. It's really frustrating, because you just don't know what this manager's going to do, and I'm really annoyed about it, because it's another season where I can't predict anything again.
That's the annoying thing, man.
Do you know what I mean, man? I'm going into another season like I was last year. I should be going into this game against Nottingham Forest saying, 4-5, 3 or 4-0. No problem at all. No matter who we play.
Confident.
Doesn't matter who we play. We're going to win this easy. I'm going in thinking 1-1, 2-1.
Yeah.
And this is how I was last season. This is rinse and repeat from last season.
True. It's the same old shit every. I said this the other night on, I think it was Lee's show. I'm getting to the point now. I'm just so bored of watching this football that I don't be bothered to bloody watch it. Mems Creamer says, Kenny Ken, do you remember me challenge you to a Man United quiz?
I remember that. I accepted his challenge.
I half wrote a quiz whilst I was there. I haven't finished it off, but we will do that. Let's say, Kenny and Mems, let's say we'll do that in October.
Yeah.
Right? Let's do that in October.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Man United Arsenal quiz.
For those who are interested in international football, which is very little of you, Eze's been dropped to the bench. He's not starting for England today, but Madueke keeps his place. Marzu Skelly, as I've predicted, is out of the England squad. Shane, I've got bad news for you, but you already know this.
No, yeah, I was watching it in the background. Watching it, awful result. That's one of our worst ever results.
If you thought Nigeria were going to get the World Cup, well, you didn't think Nigeria were going to get the World Cup. Well, they ain't. They've drawn to South Africa. So it's one of those things where it's going to be in England if they want to. But yeah, the game against Serbia is going to be nice and hot. Dusan Vlahovic is starting for.
He's on fire as well at the moment. He's playing well at the moment.
Those years ago, we meant to be getting Vlahovic. What happened there, eh?
He scored both games in Juve this season. He scored in both games. He's playing really well.
I've got some questions I want to ask anyway here. I'm just going to say there's 184 people in the house. There's not even 100 likes yet. What are you doing, people? Come on, it's free. Just smash the likes, you know. It's a free show. We're giving you great content from these three legend Arsenal fans. Telling you the facts, giving you the opinions. Get this. I want 100 likes. I want 100 likes, please. Come on. It's not expensive. It's all good stuff. These people I was giving you tonight. So I'm going to cut a couple of questions actually. Very good questions. Comments actually. Let's start with this one. Let's go to Shano on this one, man. Apparently, Mems is saying Odegaard has responded to Tony Adams saying that he doesn't care on his opinions.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
An Arsenal legend, a man that's got a statue outside the Emirates, right?
Yep.
And Odegaard has the absolute fucking disrespect to say he doesn't care on his opinion.
Yeah, well, look, this guy's a puppet. The first interview he did after was the one where he said that second's not failure. He said, yeah, we have the fire in the tummy, guys. It was clearly a speech written by his manager. He would have been told to go out and dismiss Tony Adams. Listen, I'm all for having a fighting spirit and saying, well, I don't agree. I think I'm a good captain. I'd like to hear that. But at least acknowledge the man that said it. At least say, yeah, look, I have to take it into account. Tony Adams is an Arsenal legend, but I respectfully disagree. Something along those lines. But to just dismiss it,
big up views.
You know, it'll be worded differently. We'll be told that he didn't mean it that way, that what's he meant to say and all that sort of stuff. Sadly for these footballers today, everything you say is scrutinised. Every word you say is scrutinised. Everything you say is picked apart. And that's just the reality of it. It's why you're paid so much money. So you do have to think about these things. Also, sadly, most of them don't have a mind of their own. The youth team players, it's gotten better for them. I still think they should be cleaning boots and stuff like that. They're treated like prima donnas now. But the one good thing that they do is that they get an education. They continue their education. They used to just get no education. They'd be taken out of school. It's all about training. 98% wouldn't make it, and they just tossed them out on the street. So, I mean, I do like that they do that. But now they're also getting PR training. That's a big part of being in the youth team. What to say, how to say it, how to word this, watch out for social media. But they just have no opinion of their own. And then when they do, they get pelters for it if they come out and say something that's a bit. See, I like a fighting spirit in a captain. I like a manager. Kenny said it here before that about George Graham's first ever speech was, I'm here to awake the sleeping giant. I love that sort of stuff. That's what you want to hear when you're at a club like Arsenal. But he needs to come out and he needs to say, okay, I respectfully disagree. Tony Adams is the greatest Arsenal captain, something like that. And then you can go on to say, but I've got to get on with my game and I think that I'm doing and things have changed, whatever way you want to do it. But to just dismiss it, I mean, that's the arrogance of this current Arsenal team. The past doesn't matter to them. The past doesn't matter to them. And it's being systematically wiped as well. This isn't a mistake. This has been a plan. This has been a plan by Arsenal, by the PR machine. Whitewash the history. Don't mention it. Don't mention anything past Arteta. Because if you do start mentioning that, then you have to start mentioning FA Cups and you have to start mentioning leagues and doubles and Cup Winners' Cups and success. We don't want that. Don't dare be holding standards. How can we have standards? How can we have standards? I had someone say to me on X the other day that they'd rather finish 8th with Arteta than 4th with a different manager. That's the point it's gotten to. You know what I mean? It's not about the club anymore. So for him to be coming out and saying that, I mean, he must have been sitting at home in the last month since that's come out thinking, if I ever get asked, this is what I'll say. It's not like he was caught off guard. It's been a long time since it was said. He should have known how to word it. But, it's another thing. It's just another little, for me, a stain on the way this current team acts. Wenger would have gone through him for that. Not in public, but Wenger would have had a word with him in his office after that. If Wenger was manager and one of the players disrespected a legend like that, you can be sure that he would be having a word with him. You can be sure that he'll be having a word on. You look at Henry in interviews. He still says Mr. Dean when he talks about David Dean. He still says boss about Wenger. He's always respectful about the legends. He has a knowledge of Arsenal history that a lot of so-called diehard Arsenal fans don't have. So look, there is a lack of respect there. But am I surprised by it? Not in any way, shape, or form. Not in any way, shape, or form. Am I surprised by it? It's just the way it's gone now. And Yeah, just another stain on the copybook for me.
I personally, if I was, being Arteta being an ex-Arsenal player, would have actually had a word for him about that and said, "No, you can't say that. Show respect to an ex-legend of the club," and that to me sums up Arteta. The fact that he knows Tony Adams, right? And he should have had more respect for him from that. I think it's a fucking shocking disgrace, actually, personally. But we'll move on. Mr. Pads is asking Kenny here. Kenny, is it fair to say Arteta is the orderly Harrison of football management? All hype, no delivery.
Well, he's proven that because I recently. Actually, I'll read what was sent to me. It's a Twitter argument. Out of the blue, he just went on the attack. I'll start what he said. Kenny, you are incredibly negative now. Lee really has ruined you as a person. Just back your manager. Obviously, I gave him my response. And after my other response, I won't bore you with the response. Why are you funding the club? You do nothing else but slate and criticise. So I gave him a bit better, a bit more. And then he said, he isn't bigger than the club, but without him, we would be in a far worse position. If Lowell hadn't sacked you and Lee, you'd be singing a different tune. Read the room, Kenny. I'm sort of trying to stand out for views and clicks.
Oh my! Who's this?
I won't name him because I don't want to embarrass him. But he said, "This is what he sent me verbatim. I read it out verbatim." So when you talk about what Mr. Pad said about Mick Arteta being all of that, well, that's exactly what he is. Because to this day, there's still people who ride on that sort of charger who get angry with me and us for questioning Arteta's methods. The fact is that everything Arteta's done for this football club is what you expect for Arsenal. Arsenal should be challenging for the title every season.
Yeah,
Arsenal should be in contention of trophies. Arsenal should be spending multi-millions of pounds to get the best players available to compete for the most prestigious tournaments. Arsenal should have been playing in the World Club Championships because a club of our prestige should be doing that. All these things that we praise him for, he should be doing anyway. But the fact is that he can't get us over the line, and that's become apparent over the last 6 years because the results don't lie. And this season, he's under immense pressure, whether he likes it or not, because the expectations are very high. It's not just us saying it, the usual suspects. It's other fans who are saying it, and it's his acolytes in the media are saying it. Obviously, Martin Keown is really digging his heels in. You saw Martin Keown saying Schmeichel's deranged because he said that the way we played was ugly. Deranged. I mean, Martin, do better. I've met you, mate. I know you feel that you could support Arsenal 24/7 from Monday to Sunday, and then a few hours afterwards. But the fact is that everyone should be allowed to their opinion. I can just imagine it right now. If we were to phone in and actually vent our fury and give our opinion on how we feel Arteta's doing, and we had the misfortune of speaking to Martin Keown, it'll either we won't get through or be cut off, and they'll get the next person who's positive, and they'll go for every person until they find someone who's positive and they agree with Martin and Keown.
Yeah,
Martin Keown is a gatekeeper of to this manager. Ian Wright's just as bad a gatekeeper. Well, according to people like the guy who sent me that message, we should be praising Arteta, but football don't lie.
What? For what? He ain't run fuck all.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think that the game will be up. I think he'll find Berta extremely annoying, extremely disruptive, obstructive as well. And I think that will be the sign for him to leave the football club. He'll give the ultimatum, but if he doesn't get here's what he wants to hear from him, Stan will be gone. So all these people saying that Arteta, look where he's done. Well, you can't carry on like this. You can't go into year 6 of not winning anything, then we go 7 and 8, because that's where we're going. Where we went with Arsene Wenger, we went 9 years without any trophies, and arguably, this team, pound for pound, is better equipped and better defensively and better coached. Yet they still can't win nothing. So it's on the manager. You know, you don't get any prize to finish second.
And Kenny, sorry to cut across you, but when did Wenger getting top 4 all the time, which was seen as a disgrace, how was that switch to Arteta getting it to being a success with more money, with more backing and stuff? It's just systematically been, to me, that the whole this culture of mediocrity, as Normsky says, it's been a clever ploy for me that they've made out that we're this mid-table team.
Well, it's an evolving machine. It's been like that. You know, it was as soon as we got the job, it was an evolving machine. Thank God. His first game, one of his first few games, there was a game against Man United where everyone started praising because we beat Man United, and he was saying, "Oh, we're playing great football through the lines," and he won the FA Cup. And then when we got into difficulty, the same acolytes have said, "Oh, give him time because he has to get rid of the bad eggs." And that's been the themes from then on. From day one, he's been highly invested in by fans and the board alike. So they're not going to change. And to them, this is success. This is like winning a trophy because they've been proven right what a great manager he is.
Yeah, no.
And he's lowered the standards. That's what he did. I always say the cleverest thing he did was from the very beginning, keep saying, repeatedly saying things like process, progress, stages, phases. But he opened it up to give himself years. He bought himself years.
But Kenny and Shane, the biggest problem I've had with a lot of the Arsenal fans is that they've jumped on board as if Arsenal are a bottom of the league, mid-table
lucky to be here,
team. And we're lucky to have Arteta because look where he's taken us. Because they don't know that Arsenal is one of the biggest teams in Europe and the third biggest team in the country.
So Chelsea win 2 trophies, TJB, we're not anymore.
It comes with the job. You manage a team like Arsenal, you're expected to challenge. As Kenny said, you're expected to go for trophies. You're expected to be in semi-finals. You're expected to be in the Champions League. That's minimum requirements. But they talk as if we've had none of that. They talk as if we're like 5th, 6th from bottom, mid-table team, and now we've become this force. We've always been a force. The difference is we've been a force that have won big trophies, league, championships and things like that. The only one that's eluded us is the Champions League. But other than that, we've been winning trophies. So this is nothing new to Arsenal. What is new to Arsenal is that we're not winning anything.
Yeah.
It's new to me after supporting the club all the years I've supported it, and Kenny has supported it, and Shane and yourself, Jez. It's new to me that we're not winning anything. This is new to me. Not where we are. That's not new. I've been here before. I've been seconds, runners up, and Champions League places and all of that. So this ain't nothing new to me. What's new to me is I'm winning nothing. I'm watching crap football and winning nothing. That's new to me. So this is what annoys me with a lot of the fans that have come on the Arteta bandwagon. It's as if he took over, no disrespect, it's as if he took over a Leicester City or something, or a Southampton, or a West Bromwich Albion. You know what I mean? He's taken over a mega football club with the minimum requirement of challenging. And the only problem is now that you've got to go from challenging to winning, like Wenger did, like George Graham did, like Bertie Mee did. Yeah? Terry Neal got us to FA Cup finals and everything else. What I'm trying to say, that is the next level now. That's the next phase. And he can't get us to that next phase. And if you can't get a club like Arsenal to that next phase, then you have to look into yourself in the mirror and go, I've done all what I can. I can't do any more. I've taken the clubs as far as I can go and walk away. Don't keep glossing it up as if like he's this magician and he's taken us from the depths of hell. We've never been in the depths of hell. We're Arsenal Football Club. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Even when we was 8th, we was winning trophies under George Graham and things like that.
The managers you've mentioned there, the Bertie Mees, the George Grahams, the Arsene Wengers, none of them were backed like him financially.
No,
either.
Exactly.
They didn't get this backing. And
none of them have been backed. Exactly. None of them have been backed. And the thing is though, Shane, with modern day, what I don't understand and I find frustrating, with modern day football nowadays and the amount of money that's involved in football, commercially, stadia, tourists, the merchandise, it is a business. And in any business, if you've got something in the cog that's failing, you have to take it out. Whether that's a manager of a Marks and Spencer's branch, whether that's a line manager of a food factory, if you ain't doing the job, you've got to be taken out, because long term you lose business, you lose the business, and this is what's happening with Arteta. He hasn't fulfilled his potential, so therefore he is the weak link in the roundabout. So take him out. He's got to be taken out. It's time to move on. I've got nothing personally. I've got nothing personally against him, and I've said time and time again, I've seen some good football under this manager. I have seen some
good football. It's been a long time, DJ, since we had good football.
It's been a long time. I agree, Shane. It's been a long time, but it has been there, and we also have finished in Champions League spots now. I get that, but he hasn't taken me to the next level, and he ain't going to take me to the next level, and that's why I'm saying it's time to move on. I just feel that I need a change, and for someone that still goes and watches Arsenal, that pays good money to watch to watch this team, I think I have a right to say I want a new manager. I'm sorry.
100%.
And so does Kenny. I don't know why Kenny's getting these messages from these crazy people, because
they've gone over to the dark side, DJ. They've gone over. They've been bamboozled. They've been bamboozled.
Kenny as well has followed them all over the place. Yeah. He's got a right. He knows what's. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Exactly. Man. And this is the thing. That whole depths of hell thing. I did fact check this stat. Someone sent it to me, and the only thing that's wrong is that Emery actually drew 9 and only lost 5 in his last 25 games. 2 of those games were European semi-final, where he absolutely spanked Valencia. Yes, we lost to Chelsea in the final, but that's Arteta's last 25 games. So the depths of hell thing, there's a 1 point difference in that. If you're going to add it up as 3 points for a win, including cups, there's a 1 point difference in that. Those games there for Arteta include going out of a European semi-final. So this whole thing that we've taken from the depths of hell, yes, things weren't perfect under Emery, but people seem to forget that he finished 5th. He didn't finish 8th. Okay, he was in 8th when he got fired, but it was very early. Who's to say he wouldn't have finished higher? He probably would have. You know what I mean? Emery had a habit of every club he's been at of stringing 6-7 wins together. So it just, I put this up on X, and the amount of people that go ballistic, that's not true. And then you prove that it is, and they go, well, it doesn't mean the same thing. And you go, what do you mean? It's right there in front of you. It's right there in front of you. There's the results. Well, he finished 2nd, he finished. I am tired of hearing that we're competing. We're competing again. Yet, like we weren't. Like Wenger hadn't won 3 cups in his last 5 years.
Facts.
Like we didn't have trophies. It's so lopsided, and it's not. You know what the scary thing? It's not even the young fans all the time. There's older fans that have been bamboozled by this guy. I have never seen. We've said this so many times, DJ. Never in our lives have we seen a manager this protected. Never in our lives have we seen a manager this protected. Ever. And not just at Arsenal, at any club.
Shane, and you won't in the future. You won't next season. You won't see when he moves on. When he's gone from this club, you won't ever see another manager in world football get the time and the money this guy's had. You won't see it. Even if Simeone walks into another job, even if Zidane goes and gets the Fenerbahce job, if he fails in 2 seasons, he's gone.
Yeah.
Jurgen Klopp, if he comes back to management, if he fails within 2 or 3 years,
Mourinho got sacked because the football form.
Mourinho gets sacked. This is what I'm saying. Because the problem is owners invest so much money now in the game.
Yeah.
They're investing so much money in the game out of their own pockets. It doesn't come out of the fans' pockets, it comes out of their pockets. Right? They invest so much money into the game. You honestly think that they're going to have manager staying at football clubs for 8, 9 years and not winning anything. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
But when you look at sorry, Jessa, where you go?
There you go. Go on, mate. Go on.
No, I was going to say, when you see if it does end up happening, Zidane going to Fenerbahce, one of the best in class that's out there, right?
Yeah, and we're going to miss the boat again.
In for managers like that, we should be in for managers like that. Regardless,
we're going to miss the boat again. Exactly.
Like
we've done with Jurgen Klopp.
We have to go for him now. This is the only chance we're going to get. We have to go for him. Put in a phone call. Test the water. We should be going, look, this is Zidane. Sorry, Mikel. I don't really, this is the big boy now, because other businesses do that. You could be doing all right in your job, but then someone amazing becomes available and you go, sorry, he's better than you. I have to get him in.
Yes, exactly.
It would never happen, though. We don't view football like that. We don't view football like that.
No, but we've never done that with our managers over the years. We've always been pretty loyal to our managers. And this is, this is what's got to change within the club as well. This, it's got to change. The culture of Arsenal's got to change. Otherwise, if it don't, it's going to be left behind. It's going to be left behind. It's got to change. We've got to get more ruthless. That Concordia Crescit, that was all okay back in the day, but times have moved on now. It's got to change.
It certainly has. Big up, Aaron. Congratulations, mate, on getting to 2K.
Yeah, big up, Aaron. Big up, my friend.
You've made a great comment there, actually, DJ. It leads very nicely onto this. I'm just going to do this super chat here, man. Hang on. No, let me go back. Sorry. Yeah, you can see we're all experts at this nonsense. Big up, man. Big up, Andy, again. Thank you. Arteta will never walk. He's a narcissist in his mind. It's not the win. It's taking part. He's a cancer to the club and must be removed. Yes, I totally agree with you on that one. Absolutely. I've been saying it for 2-3 years now. You know what I mean? But this one, I think this is a great comment here. Where is it now? I've got to find it. Bloody hell, I've got to find it again now. Where is it? Oh yeah, here we are. Mr. Pad says, anybody jumping on this one? Jump in. Jez, one interesting observation that Josh Kroenke has attended all 3 of our games thus far this season. Wouldn't be surprised if he's at the Forest game either. Arteta's days are numbered. Anybody want to jump in? Anybody?
Yeah, he's definitely taken more of an interest in the day-to-day of it. You don't put that much money in. Me and DJB were talking about it a while back, and I was saying it was during one of my really sort of down about this manager. I was saying I don't know what he can do to get fired, and as DJB said, if they were just interested in Champions League, they would have spent half of what they spent this summer. They wouldn't have spent that much if it was just for getting Champions League. They want trophies now, and they're going to watch them, and rightly so. If you're investing that much money, you can guarantee you that Josh is on the phone a lot more to Berta than he's on the phone to Arteta. That's for a certainty for me. He's on the phone to him a lot more, going about the Liverpool game, seeing that lineup, going, why did we buy him all these players? What was the point in that? Because Josh will be saying, am I not seeing something here? Because Bertie, you're the football expert. And he'll be saying, nah, mate, this is crazy. He's definitely taken more of an interest, and I hope he does. Arteta won't like it. We know how sort of his ego works. He won't like being undermined, and that's what these guys are doing. And again, rightly so. He hasn't done what he's been asked to do. He did at the start, get us into the Champions League, all of that sort of stuff. But it's been too long now. You need progress, and there hasn't been. We regressed last year. We regressed the season before that. I think we'll regress this season, regardless of who we signed. I think Chelsea, as I've said before, will finish ahead of us. The City game against United will be absolutely massive this season. If they lose or draw that, I'll have to change my prediction that they'll be right up there. I think they're in trouble. If they go there and beat them, they're right back in it.
Ask you a question.
But this is sorry, Jess.
Sorry to interrupt you. Do you think there's this meeting that took place between Josh, Arteta, and Berta? Do you think that is why now Josh is saying, right, I'm watching you, and I'm here, I'm watching you. We all know the Kroenkes have got a place in London. God knows where it is, but it's going to be a swanky setup. And he's now here saying, right, you've had this money. We had this meeting. I'm watching you very closely.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask you that, and I'll ask Kenny and DJ exactly the same question.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's here now I think he'll be here a lot this season. I really do. I think this will be his baby now. He's got Bertha. Before then, I think he was going to Arteta about everything, and Arteta would have been telling him everything's fine. Eddie would have been telling him everything's fine. They're the get along gang. Now that he's probably hearing that things aren't fine off Bertha, saying, "Oh, the injuries, these could be avoided." Really? Yeah, they could be avoided. This player's unhappy. He should be playing this player. We might lose this guy for a loss. Look at me trying to sell these players. Like, what did he get? 10 million, I think, all summer through all these players. These are all investments. These are investments. Let's remember that. We look at them as players. To the Kroenkes, these are investments. And their investments are getting absolutely ruined. Absolutely ruined. It's like having a show car and the guy that's running the garage keeps dinging it and he keeps, running it into the ground and then trying to sell it. And you go, what's going on here? Why am I selling these cars? So he's now got someone that isn't going to sugarcoat it to him. And he's probably saying, I'm going to stick around now. I need to know what's going on because Bert is suddenly telling me that it's not all rosy in the Arsenal garden. It's not all great. We should be doing better. We should be, like I said, if he was having meetings once a year or a Zoom call with Edu and Arteta, they'd be like, oh, everything's fine. We're great. We've been really unlucky with injuries. We're working miracles. And we know he's been bamboozled by Arteta in the past. So now that he's got his straight shooter in Bertha, he's probably going, well, I'm going to stick around here now for a while and actually get the lay of the land. And I'm glad for it because this guy's he's had the freedom of the city for far too long. And like most people who get that sort of freedom, they end up taking the piss. So I'm glad that he's there. I'm glad that Bertha's here. And he will get found out. It's only a matter of time because he does not have the wits about him. He doesn't have the talent as a manager or as a coach to get himself out of this. He doesn't have it. If he flukes it, luck can only last so long. So yeah, I think that Josh is definitely 100% taken much more of a deep-rooted interest in this, and it can only lead to good things for me.
Yeah, Kenny, what do you think? Do you think that's why he's here more?
I think what the soothsayers and sort of people behind the Arteta machine will say that he's there to lend support to Mikel. Because they'll go back to the extract of the pure absolutely rubbish Amazon documentary where he's saying, why is everyone bashing what we're trying to build here? That garbage, in his smoky voice. So people will say, well, he's here to back the manager. Him and Berta, see how closely you're working. Lends to support. But the fact is that regardless of the reason he's here or not, Mikel's under pressure. Josh is under pressure as well.
Yeah.
He spent a load of money, club money, of course. It's never going to be his.
Yeah.
And he's made an appointment where he's brought a high-profile man in. The only person who's not under pressure is Berta, probably, because Berta's still here. He's sure of his reputation. You always get work. But Josh is under immense pressure because this has to work. Because he won't be able to stave the calls for Arteta to be removed if it doesn't work. And Mikel's under pressure because, he's losing support in the media. When you've got Peter Schmeichel, breaking ranks and talking about the way he played, and you've got people like Phil Walcott speaking his mind about the way he played, he don't care. Phil Walcott's doing nicely in America and Sky Sports, getting gigs. If Arsenal sack him, who cares? We all thought Phil Walcott is going to follow the party line. He wasn't following the party line after we lost. And he wasn't too complimentary about where he played at Old Trafford as well. So that's no matter down the drain. Petit's never been loyal he's only been loyal to what he sees in the pitch, which is the club and not to Mikel. So his support is dwindling and dwindling and dwindling. And it's the same for Josh, because he'll have to make a decision, because his dad is going to wash his hands of this. He'll say, on you. So Josh needs to work. So either if he's putting pressure on Arteta or he's supporting him, either way, both are under pressure. I don't think he will do it now. He'll want to back him and see how his investment's going. But if he's here for the rest of the season, and we get to December where we knew we weren't going to win the league, we just knew, then maybe he might crack the whip. Maybe we'll exert pressure. But I'll tell you one thing for sure: he will not pull the pin out of the grenade until May, because he does not want to do what Spurs did when they sacked Conte, put Champions League qualification into jeopardy. Because you know how it is at big clubs, and it's not just Arsenal do it; it's Man United have done it.
Yeah, Chelsea
have done it. Liverpool have done it. If you can't win the league, make sure you get in the top 4, because we need that dough. So this season, that's when May will be the time when the decision will have to be made, but not now. I can promise you guys now. Josh can be here, but he will not pull the pin out of the grenade.
Good point. Yeah, no, it's a good point. I mean, I just think his presence is a bonus, because he hasn't been present very often. So just having him there puts pressure on the manager. It might be added pressure. It might be support, as Kenny said. But what it does do, he knows he's there, and that's what he's got to try and deal with. But yeah, everyone's under pressure at the football club. Everyone's under pressure. The players, the captain, the manager, the owners. The only one that probably hasn't got much pressure on him is Berta, because he's done his bit. He's brought players in. The next thing he's got to do is still negotiate to try and get some players out and negotiate contracts. So he's probably the only one that's sort of sitting back in a nice, comfortable position. Everyone else, even the players, have got to perform. The manager's got to step it up, and the owner's got to make a decision, come what may. But that decision will be made. That decision will be made either way. It will either be made whether he stays for another season or whether he gets the sack. But one thing's for sure, there will be a decision, come what may. I said January, but thinking about it and the logic side of it with the Champions League and everything else, and what other clubs have done and got their hands burnt, it might not happen. But one thing's for sure, to a lot of the Arsenal fans, domestic cups ain't good enough. To a lot of Arsenal fans, it's the end of the road for him, whatever happens. So we just have to wait and see. I've not really turned against the owners just yet. The only thing I blame the owners for was for hiring him in the first place and for keeping him as long as they have. That's what I blame the managers, the owners for. I didn't think that they got the best in class. They got the cheapest in class when they hired Arteta. That's what I was annoyed with. I think they should have got a better manager from the start. And then when they did get him, they've paid him too much money. He hasn't earned his stripes yet to warrant that £15 million a year, as far as I'm concerned. So that's what I blame the manager for, the owners for. And I'm a little bit peed off with the owners for giving him this season. I thought last season with the squad we had was good enough to win trophies. Yeah. And when we capitulated against Newcastle and we went out against Man United and we was never in the title race, and then we capitulated against PSG after 4 minutes, I thought his time was up then.
Yeah, I did.
So yeah. I'm absolutely shocked that he was going into this season. I thought there was going to be an announcement in May, just gone. So that's my gripes with the owners. I think they've spent the money. I think they've backed him. But yeah, I just think it's curtains. I really do. And even if he wins the FA Cup, I still think it's curtains. I don't think it's going to be enough for the owners now. And I've said this all along, and Shane repeated what I've been saying. If it was just Champions League, they wouldn't have spent £1 billion. If it was just Champions League football they was interested in, they wouldn't be spending all this money. So they want bigger trophies. They've seen, and probably what probably rocked the boat is seeing the neighbours Spurs win in Europe last season. I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I think they saw that. They saw that parade, North London, next to our stadium, and they're probably thinking, hang on a minute, that should have been us.
The Arsenal ladies, after changing manager as well, might have had an effect.
The Arsenal ladies, the progress of them. So all of these things now have come to a head. And I just think it's run its natural course now. And I think, like all of us Arsenal fans, like the football team, they've got to get through this season the best we can, try and win something to give the fans a day out. And more importantly, the players win something together so they can go on to win bigger things no matter who the manager's going to be. Because they need to taste success. They need to walk out on Wembley, or whether it be a Champions League final, win or lose, they need that final. Because the next manager coming in, if you've got players that have tasted glory or tasted a cup final, the next manager coming in with these group of players has got the majority of his work already done. So, for me, I'll be absolutely shocked and gutted if this guy is still here next year. If he is still here next season, 26, 27, honestly, I don't even know what I'd do. I'd be tempted to sell my season ticket, I think. And that's saying something.
I think the thing is, DJ, I've got a different twist on it, right? And we're going to wrap the show up soon, boys, because we're going an hour and a half now. I think there's a different twist to this, personally. I think Josh Kroenke has given him, released the money, the club's money, right? It's not out of his own back pocket. It's out of the club's funds. And said, there you go. You've got what you wanted under Berta, right? And it was Josh Kroenke that brought in Berta, yeah? And said, right, here you go. You've got everything you want now. There's the rope. There's the rope.
Yeah.
Right. Go and do the damage. Go and sort it. Go and win big. I don't think Josh is going to accept an FA Cup.
No.
He's not going to accept a League Cup. He wants big trophies. He wants the Prem or he wants the Champions League. And he's basically said, there you are. You've got everything on a plate now, right? You've got everything there. Go out and do it. If you don't, you go. You have to go. We don't know. None of us are privileged to know what happened, what was said. But I'd put money on it. I would put money on this gentleman, right? Behind the scenes, already, Berta is tapping up somebody. I'd put money on
I think he's got his ears to the ground. Definitely, he's got his ears to the ground. It's a shame. It's a shame he ain't got them right now because Zidane wants to come back into a job. And I'll tell you what, I'd be acting now, mate. I'd be acting now. I'd be looking at the future.
I would with you as well. I would with you as well.
I'd be pulling the rug now.
Before we wrap this up, gentlemen, thank you, chat. There's been some great comments in there, which I started. I thought were very pertinent. Shano, give me your prediction for the game on midday on Saturday.
Yeah, well, I made a prediction the other day, and it keeps changing, but I'll just stick with it. I have a really, really bad feeling. A really bad feeling. I can see it being 2-1 to Forest. I can see it being 2-1 to Forest. If it goes the other way, I think it'll be 2-1 either way. I just see one team taking a 2-0 lead, then letting one in with about 10 minutes left, and then a frantic finish. I just have a bad feeling. I have a really bad feeling. I can just, in my mind, I can just see the second goal going in and the sort of the background cheer of the opposition crowd and just, what's happening here? And us going, you see, it's all falling apart. I pray I'm wrong. Everybody will say I don't, that I want Arsenal to lose and all this stuff, which is just absolute insanity. But it's so hard to call, but I'll stick with it. I have it at 2-1 Forest. I don't know why it's stuck in my head at that. And I wish it wasn't. I will be doing a pre-match tactical breakdown the night before, which I'll be doing for every match now. That could change my mind because, when you delve deep into something, you go, do you know what? Actually, I never thought of that. Just like while we were talking earlier, it just came to me when I said, you know what? I can see Marino starting. I hadn't thought of that before. So, things like that will change. But I just have a really bad feeling for it. I pray I'm wrong, but I have a really, really bad feeling. So I'll say 2-1 Forest.
Okay. Bloody hell. Okay. Kenny, you'll be at the game, obviously.
Look forward to it. Nice early kick-off, you know. It's going to be it's going to be wall-to-wall football, really, isn't it, guys? You've got to get off the game. I don't know what London games are in the Championship, but there's 2 London derbies, both from Sky. But I think we're going to win the game, but it won't be pretty. I think we'll win by the odd goal, maybe 2-1. I think Shane's right. It could be 2-1 either team. I think what will happen is that we'll have to play a bit better. We have to get on the front foot. But you know the score, don't you, guys? There's a 30-minute sort of corridor where we've got to score in those first 30 minutes. If we don't, that's when the crowd get restless, and then that's when anything can happen. I don't think I pray we got the performance we had last season when we beat them 3-0. We played really out of our skins and took the game away from them. Hope we do play like that, but you just never know. Ange, we haven't really thrashed any of Ange's sides. Ange got, in his first game against us, he got a point with Spurs where I should have really smashed us to pieces. He kept all his best players on. I think they would have battered us at the Emirates. And then afterwards, we've won every game home and away. So yeah, interesting one. He's a last man you want as manager, isn't he?
Yeah.
Manager's bats could count for a lot.
Yeah.
But as I said before, I bet he's wishing he had a Langer in that team.
Yeah.
Oh, of course he will. DJ, mate.
I'm going to go, Jez. It's all about team selection for me. If the right team's selected, it could be an Arsenal comfortable win. If he picks the wrong team, and if we don't start lively in the first 10 minutes, and 12:30 kickoffs for Arsenal at the Emirates are a bit of a dull affair anyway, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Even the buzz around the ground is not very, it's a strange one, the 12:30 kickoffs at the Emirates. I've said it. I think Mikel Arteta will be cautious of their counter-attack, so he'll set up negative to compensate for that. And by him doing that, it will then nullify our attacking options. So I'm going to go a 1-1. I think Forest will get a draw. New manager bounce. I think I'm going to go 1-1. But I'm hoping I'm wrong. Of course, I'm hoping I'm wrong. 100%. I hope we absolutely wipe the floor with them. But I just think he's going to be cautious of the attack, the counter attack. And I think because he'll have that. See, the thing is with Arteta, what you got to do is get in his mindset. He never thinks, how can I win the game? His first line of thought will be, how can I stop their counter attack? And by doing that, he'll be on the back foot straight away. And that's when I think that's one of his weaknesses. And when he does that, it allows other team the opportunity. So therefore, I think it'll be 1-1.
Yeah, I'll go with you. I've predicted a 2-1. I'm sticking with my 2-1 to Arsenal on that one. But
sorry, Kenny. Jez, I'll tell you one prediction I can get 100% right. I'll meet Kenny in the pub and he won't buy me a drink. There you go.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
I haven't bought the drink in my life.
I'm only joking, Kenny. I'll buy you a Ribena, mate. Don't you worry about that.
It's one of the worst kept secrets. I don't drink.
I know.
I don't drink either.
I don't drink often. I don't drink much either,
this is,
mate.
A new thing happening in this game. Right, this weekend, we've got ref cam this weekend. The ref.
It's going to be no good to us, is it? It's only been good to everyone else, isn't it? Because we
watching at home.
Yeah, but yeah,
that's going to be an interesting thing to watch. For me, I'll be watching it on the telly, obviously, and be able to see the old ref cam. See what he's seeing as he's actually looking at the game. So I don't know how that's going to work on the TV right now, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But we're going to wrap it up, boys.
Yeah, pick up, guys. Pick up the chat.
Thank you always. Shane, mate, thank you for joining as always. What you got coming up, my friend?
No, big up having me on, as always. A massive pleasure. I do love Tuesdays because we have the retro show and then we go straight into the old school show, and it's just two of the shows that are massively close to my heart, and I adore it. So big up to Kenny, of course, and big up to DJ and yourself, and the wonderful chat. Who were brilliant today. Some great questions. I will have obviously the full Irish tomorrow. Then I will have Clean Through 101 with views during the day. Show we do together. Obviously, then the Bruised Banana on Thursday night, which you'll be on as well, Jez. Thanks so much for your time. Absolute legend. And then Friday night, I'll be doing my first ever tactical breakdown show. It'll just be sort of a half an hour going through who we think Forest will pick, who we think Arsenal will pick, and then who we should pick. And it'll be one of those shows that just sort of play it by ear, more just plain football based, just all football, go through it. So I'm looking forward to that. And then through the weekend, then I'll be covering Serie A, which I've been very happy with. Actually, it's been a wonderful watch. But yeah, lots of stuff in the pipeline. But the main one is always the full Irish in the morning. Numbers have been crazy recently. The chat's always amazing. They're in from start to finish, and the support is massively appreciated. So big up to everybody.
Big up, man. Ken, shout out where we can find you on Insta.
You can find me at Instagram at KennyKen1972. It's going to be a big week this week coming. Well, match, and then let's not forget next Tuesday is our first game in the Champions League, 5:45 in Bilbao.
Oh, yeah.
Athletic against Arsenal. Massive game. Game that I'm looking forward to. Can't wait next Tuesday. And it's a game where I think we got to lay down a marker. But we saw how Man United decimated Bilbao. And we're better than Man United at the moment. And have been for a long time. So you never know. But the Champions League, I think teams try harder when they play in the Champions League, don't they?
Yeah, it's a different world, isn't it? Different world, Kenny. You know that, mate. You know that.
DJB, my friend.
Yeah.
I have to say that show, your retro show tonight, was probably
up there.
In my opinion, probably the best one. I thought it's
it was a good one. Yeah, it was a good one.
Well, I've won both pick of the week. Pick of the week, I've won both weeks. So
he's won both weeks, hasn't he? I mean, come on, I've got to get one pick at least. He's 2-0 up on me, Shane. He's 2-0 up. He's leading 2-0. We've got to sort that out. No, the retro show is always a pleasure to do. It's a break from all of what goes on, and then I come on this show, and I love this show as well. So I'm with Shane on that. I've got Dan Potts in about an hour tonight. I'm on the Potsy show tonight. I don't know what that's going to bring. I don't know who he's got on there. It's always a surprise. Are you on it, Kenny?
He's got me on, yeah.
Oh, well, that's all right then. I'm safe with you, Kenny. I'm fine. So, and then I've got the midweek mingle, me and Norski on a Wednesday. We'll be highlighting the weekend's game and everything. I'm not doing the Thursday chat this week. I'm going to be doing it the following week because I'm busy this week. But I will be doing my Sunday sit back, guys, as usual. Going over the game and everything else. And big up to everyone. Big up the chat. And Jez, always a pleasure, my friend. Thank you very much indeed.
Jez, same to you. And obviously, I hope your missus is feeling better. Is feeling on the road to recovery.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, she's getting there. She's struggling at the moment. She is. Sleeps a lot. But every single day we've got to go and have this treatment. It's a bit of a nightmare.
Faults are with Mrs. Jez, man. Faults are with Mrs. Jez all day long.
And I think tomorrow night, 8:00, I think I'm on with views on sports tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
To be confirmed.
He's a good guy. Views on sports, a good guy.
Yeah, top guy. I think it's tomorrow night, tomorrow evening. And then I will be doing a late night show with Dow to talk about the game at the weekend. And I might even try and drag my TJ out. I haven't seen TJ for fucking years.
Where is he gone?
Yeah, he seems to stream very late now.
Yeah.
Seems to stream very, very late.
Time zones.
So, but I'm going to contact him and say, can you make it? Have a chat. You know what I mean? And big up, people. Thank you very much for your time.
I was going to say, if anyone's free Sunday evening and want to join me on the sit back, I can send you a link. You're more than welcome.
That's a good show.
Jez,
Good...
yeah, if you want to join Kenny, I know it's late for you, but if you want to, you're always welcome to jump on. So I'll send the links out. I'll send the link backs for the sit back session on a Sunday if you want to join.
It's a bit past. It's a bit past me time, but I'll definitely give it a watch anyway. I've got no distractions anyway. I'm only, you know, Sunday's going to be like what was it? Makes a derby. Before that, there's a few.
Yeah. I'm normally running about 10:15, something like that, 10:30ish.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, no worries, no worries. And we'll have a chat about the game. You know, it won't go on forever, but yeah, no, it'd be good.
Hopefully you'll win the game.
Get a nice lot of chatting on a Sunday. It's nice. It's just a nice cozy end of the week.
It really is. Yeah.
All right, people.
Yeah, you have to get a graphic for the background, like a blazing fire DJ that just crackles in the background.
In the winter, I'll get you onto that, Shane. You can do it for me.
We're going to wrap it up, people. It's been thank you for your kind comments, people. Thank you. We're going to do the wrap up now. Get these people, get their normal evenings, whatever you're doing. Thanks to everybody that's come in. Get these two, Shano and DJB. Get them to 2K. Come on now. You know, it's not hard, is it? Just go and sub to them. They put great content out. If you haven't watched that show earlier tonight, 4:30, the retro show, it's legend. I'm swear down. It's one of my favourite shows of the week. I love it. I love it. And I'm out of here, people. Take care, everyone.
See you later, people.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers, Jez. Thank you very much. Cheers, Kenny. See you later.
Take care, people.
See you later.